Hello, boys and girls. How are you today? How's everything? How, guys?
Hi, teacher.
How? Hello, Sylvia. How was your day?
Very busy.
Very
Hello, teacher.
Hello, Lisette. Well, we are getting to the end of this week. I mean, in terms of the English course, because tomorrow is our last class of the week. Later, you will have a very long break, which is very good for us, right? You will have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off, which is very good. Okay, my dear friends, let me show you what's the agenda for today. What's the plan? Okay, today we are starting because you already did in the previous block. Yeah, we started unit 7. Yeah, sorry. Excuse me. We started unit 7, which basically talks about taste, culture, yes, fashion, okay? And we learned some adjectives for describing things in terms of fashion, look, sound, how you feel, okay? So now we are going to talk a little bit more about fashion. Yeah, that's our plan. This is our last unit of this cycle. This is the beginning of the unit, but it's also the end of the cycle because this is the last unit of the 3 ones that we had to cover and study this cycle. And what is the agenda for us for this second block of the class 7? Here we are. Oh no. Okay, wait, sorry. Okay, perfect. Here we are, class 7, August the 2nd, on this level B2.3. We're going to start warming up our brain with some, a short adjective activity because you were learning and using adjectives in the previous block, okay? After that, we will introduce our topic of tonight, which is stream fashion. I'm going to show you something and you will tell me your opinion about it. That's how we're going to introduce stream fashion. After that, you guys will work together on finding some words related to clothes and accessories. Then we will listen to the history of fashion. And based on that listening, we will practice, and at the end, we will register an activity if we have time, okay? That's what we're gonna do today. We're going to focus on listening and speaking. Okay, questions about the agenda, anything? Questions, suggestions about the plan? No questions? Okay.
No, teacher.
Let me check out the agenda. No, the attendance, sorry. And we're ready to start. I see a few students today. A couple of you are missing. What's wrong? Gerson?
Hi, teacher. Present.
Hello, Gerson. Very good. Jean-Claude?
Hello, teacher. Present.
Awesome. Jessid?
Hello, teacher.
Very good. Natalia? Okay. Andres?
Hi, teacher, present.
Silvia?
Hi, teacher.
Very good. Elkin? Julian? Jeanette?
Hi, teacher. Present.
Very good. Carlos?
Present, teacher.
Awesome. Mabely?
Present, teacher.
Very good. Jose? Jose? Okay, and Lisette?
Present, teacher.
Very good. Again, Natalia? Elkin? Julian? Jose? Okay, maybe in some minutes. Okay, dear friends. So let me see, someone is right. Oh, Jose, okay. Thank you. Okay, Jose, but Jose, I don't know how he was waiting, but okay, I understand. Jose is here, so great. Let me just give you the activity of the adjectives.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes, my microphone, yeah.
Okay. Perfect. My dear friends, you guys were learning some descriptive adjectives, right? This activity is not related to those words, but it has other adjectives. So I recommend you that if you need help with the meanings, use, the dictionary. That would be very good to help you with those words that are still new for you. So let me show you how it works. It's simple, but maybe the words are, not very common for us. Okay, you click on start and you have two groups, yeah? Positive and negative. And what you have to do is to read the adjectives, yes, read the words, and make a decision about which ones give you a positive idea or a positive meaning, like a positive connotation, yes, and which one's a negative one, okay? And you have to drag those words to positive or negative. For example, you say bizarre, positive or negative? What do you think?
Negative.
So you move it, drag it to the negative group. Okay? Do it, please. You guys have the link in the chat. Tell me when you are done. Let's go. Do not worry. Okay, Natalia, Elfin, and Julian, here I send you the link so you guys can catch up with the activity, okay? Thank you for telling me. Don't worry. There you are. In 2 minutes, we will be back together. Thank you, Silvia, for telling us that you are done. Okay, most of you, well, not most of you, but you, okay, some of you told me that you are done. Thank you so much for it. I hope you guys found lots of new vocabulary, and I also hope you guys had used your dictionary for those words that you did not recognize. Okay, how was it? More new words than common ones, or most of them were familiar to you?
New words, teacher.
Yeah, right? Yes. Okay, thank you so much for working on it. Now, let's introduce our topic. Let me show you this. Okay. I have a headache. It's like, okay, Carlos, thank you for your question. What's up?
Yes, teacher. It's about the tremendos
Yeah.
because the meaning is very great or in amount, scale, or intensity, but isn't in positive, and I don't understand because it's in normal situation.
Okay. It's like very great, right? So in that context, it will be like with a positive connotation, right? But if it's too much, that will be negative. Yes, Carlos? Is
Okay,
that your
teacher.
question? That did you find it in positive or negative?
In negative.
Because it's too much, right? Massive, yeah? So that would be, okay, very huge, yeah? And large in size, yes? But did you find it that it was positive as well, or it marked it as wrong? Because it can have both connotations depending on the context, yeah? If you say those tremendous, like for example, fantastic, fabulous, yeah? Or like, well, no, it is tremendous. It doesn't fit that place. It could also have a negative connotation. Yes? Because it would be enormous. Yeah? In size. So maybe it's not good for this space. Okay? It's not like small enough for carrying it with you, for example. Okay, so that is to give it the right context, and that way you will use it as negative or positive. Different from other ones that is just something that refers to a negative or positive meaning, yeah? If you say horrendous, it doesn't have a positive connotation as well, okay? But tremendous is very biased, very ambiguous, because it can have both, depending on what you want to express. Okay, Carlos, and the rest of you? Yes? Hello? Are you there? Okay.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Oh, sorry, it's because I was not looking at Carlos' reaction, excuse me. Okay, so, well, let's go to this. That is what I want you to analyze. This. Okay, not this one, but next one. This one. Look at these three pictures. How would you describe their looks? Let's start with the first one. Very casual, right? Guys,
Yes, and glamorous, I would say.
is it casual, Sylvia?
What?
This look?
The first one?
Yeah.
What is the word? Over the top? Or something like that?
Over the top. Yes, over the top. Yes. I said casual. I'm not sure if you agree with me, guys.
Teacher, maybe, I don't know, outrageous?
Outrageous. Yeah, outrageous. Outrageous. Thank you, Natalia. Carlos is saying twee. Okay, do you think, okay, it's good, the description. Do you think it's twee? Like cute, but, you know, in a silly way? I think it's a little bit more aggressive than twee, Carlos. Yeah, so it would be like flamboyant. Yes, you remember flamboyant, extravagante? Yeah. Jeanette says strange. Sylvia says weird. What else? I said casual at the beginning, and no one said no, teacher. That's not a casual look, and that was what I was expecting from you. You know, to say that. Not casual. Is that the really way we are like wear our clothes to a normal day? Yes, it's vulgar. Yeah. Look at her nails. My goodness. Crampy. Yes, Natalia. Yes. Look at her nails. Look. And her shoes. Wow. I have a question for you. What is this? Because I think these are very extravagant things here on her shoulders. What are those? Here on her shoulders. Okay, do not worry that I'm going to teach you those words today. Now, let's go to the second picture. This pair of shoes. Yes, Natalia, shoulder pads. Hombreras. Okay, thank you. Let's check out this second picture. Those shoes.
Colorful?
Colorful. What else? Over the top. Thank you, Carlos. Yeah, too much. What else?
Vulgar?
Vulgar. Yes, Mabel and Carlos.
Glamorous.
Sorry?
Glamorous.
Glamorous. Okay.
Extravagant?
Extravagant. Yes, Andres. Outrageous. Just did, and yes, I agree with you. Remember that when we are describing, it's just a matter of perspective. I'm not going to say that's right or wrong. There are some things that are very obvious, yeah? But there are other things that depend on the observer, on the speaker, yeah? It is like what you think and what you like. It's like when we are discussing beauty. When we are discussing beauty, it's like, okay, what is very stark for me, maybe it's not for Andres. Yeah, so it's just like a matter of perspective. Now, I would like you to go back in the time because look, I think well, maybe you are so young, but when I was a teenager, we used to wear pants, especially jeans, like this. And if you compare to this contemporary fashion trend, it's totally opposite. Yeah, because pants these days are here, like for example, on your wrist. Yes, so different. So what do you think? Low jeans says Sylvia. Yeah. Maverick says Stark. So what do you think about, well, those three girls refer to one picture because they are wearing pretty much like the same
I think it's very casual.
casual, okay. What else?
Over the top?
Okay, thank you, Natalia. Over the top for her. What else? We have here some opinions in the chat. Unconventional says Yesid, cute says Carlos, over the top Natalia, tacky, Mabeli, okay? Provocative says Yesid, sexy, okay, Natalia says, okay, you see, different opinions. It depends on your likes and dislikes, yeah? Okay, very good. So, in the previous block, you guys were using adjectives for describing, yeah? Like pictures or cultures or, I don't know, maybe looks, yeah? The way some people wear clothes, yeah? But now we are going to focus more on fashion, yes? Okay, I mean, I'm not saying that you're not going to use the adjectives. Of course, that's what we want, that you use them, yeah? But now we're talking about stream fashion. For that, I need you to start with this. On your book, on page 68, you have this. Think of 7 items of clothing, accessories that other students might not know. Maybe you guys need to look for words that are different, yeah? And you have to complete this word web, okay? So, okay, what can you use in your upper body? Yes, upper body, it means like over your outfit. A cloak. What is a cloak? Like a piece of cloth that you can use for covering your shoulders and this back, or maybe from your head. Yes? Do you understand a cloak? Una capa? Yes? Okay. What can you wear on your head?
Hat.
Uh-huh. And on your hair? Okay. What about something that you can wear that may cover your whole body? Yes. Now, just talking about your lower body. What about your feet? What about your underwear? And jewelry or accessories. Okay. So you are going to think of 7 items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, just 6 because they already gave you one cloak. But try to use different words so we are all learning new things. Yeah, because you guys, okay, you're going to just, for example, okay, what can you wear on your feet? Shoes. That word wouldn't be a word that other students might not know. Yeah, so use another one. Okay, do you understand? Let me give you the link. You guys will take some minutes working on it, and then you will teach us those words. Okay, here we are. You guys have it here. Let me just copy the link from my slides. Sorry. Okay. You guys have the link in the chat. The idea is to check out for new words. Okay. You have been there. Call me if you need me. How many are you tonight? Okay. Carlos, you have a second device today? Yes. Carlos. Okay. Two. So how can, okay, maybe one of three and Carlos here. Five. Okay, go ahead. Yes, Silvia and Elke, what do you need?
Ah, ok. Teacher, no, era para pedirte el link, pero no, ya.
Okay, do you get it?
Yes, teacher, thank you.
Any other thing
Thank
I
you,
can
teacher.
help you with?
No, teacher.
Okay. Okay, see you in a bit. Okay, boys and girls, you guys did a very, very good job. So I'm going to, well, we all are going to give points, to the groups that have words that we do not know. Well, not just that we don't know, that maybe we didn't think of. Yeah, so we are going to compare. Let's do it like that. And you guys help me check what you guys did, okay? So let's go. Okay, for the first one, this group suggests cardigan, vest, and sweatshirt for your upper body. Okay, those are appropriate words, of course. Now let's check if no one of you have that, those words. One, for your upper body, a hair bow. I think you made a mistake with this one. Maybe you meant the hair.
Yes, teacher, is not is in order.
Okay, so you did not use the numbers?
No, teacher.
Can you just please organize them, because we are comparing them, so that's what we are.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I will be
Okay.
back to you, okay? So, you didn't do the first one because I told you that you have cloak. Okay, well, that's okay. That's something that I already said, so yeah. Okay, you started with the second word, that is the head. Okay, that was my mistake because I told you to avoid number ones, but Gerson and Jessie use it. Like they repeat it. Okay, so I may start with the second. Yeah, so we have like an equal game. Okay, second. Let's start with the second. Okay, week. Yeah, like what you were. Okay, if there is a new word and you guys said, teacher, what is this? People from the group need to explain, not me. Okay. So wig, beret, and kerchief. I think that it would be good if Jessit and Gerson tell us what are these. Or if there is another person here who knows, that's okay. So, Jessit and Gerson, go ahead.
Sorry, teacher, what is the instruction? Explain of the word? Explain of the meaning?
Yeah, because they may be new words for them. That's the idea of the
Okay. Okay, teacher. About beret, for example.
Yeah.
Okay, beret is a flat hat made of soft material. I don't know how to say.
Okay.
For example, a president usually used to the think president of Venezuela.
Okay, got it. I think you guys understood. Yes, or you need the Spanish equivalent, boys and girls. Come on, guys, let's do this quickly because we really need the time. So,
Spanish.
yes, you see?
Sorry, teacher. Scarf, kerchief is pañoleta, and beret is
La boina.
La boina.
boina. Boina.
Yes, boina. Good. Thank you, Jessit and Gerson. I think you guys are getting on top with these two words. Let's see if they have other different ones. Okay, so we have headband and cap. Thank you, Andres and Marily. Boys and girls, new words for you, or you know them? Any new vocabulary? Not really? Let's go to number 4, headbands, the same. So Sylvia's group and Mabel's group are out of this competition because they have the same. It's like when we play stop, yeah? And if you have the same, okay, you don't get the point. Now, Jean-Claude and Carlos and Julian, a hat. You guys were so traditional, come on. Okay, a hat. That's a word that I think we all know. No, thank you for the hat, but that is a very common one. Now, Lisette and Jose, a turban. I like that one. And what is a ski mask? Just for skiing, or what do you mean? Jose and Lisette.
Teacher
Jose.
is like pasamontañas.
Okay, yeah, so, thank you so much. Okay, so it does not just like for skiing, but some things. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
So, Jose, Lisette, and Gerson, and Jessit got the points because they really have different words. Remember the instruction. Some words that other students might not know. Okay, so let me give you the points. Here we are. And Jose and Lisette. Good. Natalia, thank you for raising your hand.
Teacher, could you see?
Oh
um,
yeah, check
group?
yours. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm not ignoring you. I was just like waiting for you. Okay, so a hair bow. Yes. I don't know if Natalia and Jeanette want to explain that one. I know what it is. I'm not sure about your classmates. Okay, very quickly, just a short definition.
Teacher, for the first table
Yeah, this one,
is like
that category.
uh, como diadema, como
Yeah.
diadema.
Okay. Yes, a hair bow. And it usually has that like the shape of a bow.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you also get the points because no one said that. Thank you. Let's go to the third category, which is the whole body. What kind of clothes can we wear that cover our whole body? Overall. Suspenders. What are these? Las tirantas? Maybe
Yes,
you meant
teacher.
that?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, very good. Trench coat, yeah, the coat, yeah, that is usually longer than your knees, yeah, that covered, more than that. Natalia and Jeanette, gardina, I guess, gaban.
Yes, teacher.
Suit, yes, and tracksuit. I think all of you are getting points in this round. The second one, sorry. Okay, no, it's okay. Let me just. Okay, that was my mistake because. So let's use second one here, and this is the third. Okay, so address. Yes, but Elkin and Sylvia. I understand, but dress is a word that is not very. How can I say? Like maybe. It's a typical one. It's a common one. Yeah, it's not like the instruction. A word that your classmates might not know. So what do the classmates of Elkin and Sylvia say? Do we give them the point or no? Guys? Points for dress? You say, teacher, it will be unfair because you didn't give the point for hat. That was the one that I said that, no? Jose says no. Okay. Okay, well, it's because if I give you the point, I will have to give the one, that said hat. That is basically the same. It's the usual vocabulary, yeah. Okay, so no, sorry, thank you. Jean-Claude, overall. Oh, Jean-Claude, Carlos, and Julian, you just eliminated the possibility of Gerson and Jessit to have the point because you are repeating overall. No, thank you. Okay, and this one, no. And then Lisette, dressing gown and jumpsuit. Jumpsuit is actually another way to say overall. So if they had used overall, there would be 3 groups eliminated. So you guys get the point. Okay, so in the case of overall, no, I'm sorry because you repeated. And dress. Oh, wrap dress. Sorry, Natalia and Gina, you may explain that one. Wrap dress like the whole thing? In which culture? Tell us.
Teacher is I don't know in English. Es el vestido cruzado, el vestido que se puede como, no sé, una parte se mete por debajo de la otra y se anuda a un lado de la cintura.
Okay, like a sheet making a dress?
Maybe.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, yeah, we can give them a point. That was creative and different. So let's give a point here. This one as well. And no, sorry about the dress. And not the overall because it's repeated. I know that they said teacher, yeah, but how can we just know that the others use it? It's unfair. No, but it's just a game and it's not unfair. You know, it's just like the way we were thinking about your vocabulary. Okay, so please don't hate me. And jumpsuit, yes. Jumpsuit, no, jumpsuit, yes. Jumpsuit is the same. No, it could be, but jumpsuit would be more like we call mono, enterizo, yeah? And overall could be more like what we say in Spanish. In Colombia, we call it braga. No las bragas, that is different because that's underwear, yeah? Okay, let's go to the next category. Gerson and Jessie, what do you have for core, lower body? I think that heels are more like for your feet than for your lower body. And stockings as well, but your classmates will decide. What do you think, boys and girls? Are these words for the lower body or no? Oh, no, sorry, you are okay. It's because you have the different numbers, right? 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no. I'm okay. So, group, help me make a decision. Guys.
Yes, teacher.
Yeah. Gerson, you cannot.
Yes, teacher, 1 point.
Gerson
1
and
point more.
Jessie, you cannot beg for anything because you are from this group. Guys, the rest of you. Okay, I will see how is the other vocabulary and then we will be back to this one. For me, these ones are for the feet. Yeah? To be more specific, for the feet. Okay. Midi skirt. Yes, Natalia and Jeanette. Yes, Silvia, thank you. Okay, yes, midi skirt. It is the skirt that is usually near your ankle. That's the midi shape. Yes, that one. Yes, Jeanette. Very good. Okay. Okay, here we have leggings. Yes, and skirt. Yes. Okay, they have skirt, but not midi skirt, so they are still participating. Skirt is not like a very unusual word, so your classmates will decide. You guys were not trying to be, you know, like a little bit, I don't know, like using other words, but your classmates will tell me. Asymmetrical skirts. Okay. Now you're giving me more characteristics. Okay. You are all talking about skirts, but different. Good. And skirt, oh no, Jean-Claude, Julian, and Carlos. This is a word that your classmates, of course, might know, might not know. So I think you are out of this round. And Lisette and Jose. Guys, do not type on the slides, please. Don't cheat. Karen pants. Yes. Very different from the others. So let me give them the point. Harem pants are those that are, well, not so baggy, but okay, maybe Lisette and Jose explain well. Anything? Okay, Sylvia is giving us pictures on asymmetrical skirts. Interesting. Thank you. Okay, so let's give the point. So asymmetrical skirts, yeah. to leggings and skirts. What do you think, boys and girls? Yes or no? It wouldn't be fair. Thank you, Mabel. It wouldn't be fair because you have skirt, and I already said that this group that has skirt is not participating, and it's kind of the same. Yeah, so no, I don't think so. For Phil? Finally, lastly, at least. It's like, oof, yeah? Okay, yes. I thought that you were asking about clothes, and I was like, what? Okay. And here. What was okay, heels and stockings? No, I'm so sorry, but these are for the feet. Let's go to, okay, need skirt, yes. And no. Let's go to 5 category. Loafers, those kind of shoes that are kind of elegant. Yes, okay, very good. Loafers. Ankle. What's that, Natalia and Jeanette? Help me with this one, please.
T-shirt is tobillera.
Like the ankle socks?
Yes.
Okay. Do you find it like that? I just know it as ankle socks. Thank you for the new word. Okay. And flip-flops? Yes. Oxfords? Yes. Like these ones are also elegant. Very good. Andres and Mavely. High heels? Yes. Yes. Elkin and Sylvia. And boots? Yes. All of you get a point. This is my first point for Carlos, Juliana, and Jean-Claude. Very good. And Lisette and Jose. Chubby boots. I don't know them. You guys are very creative. Which are those ones? Please help us with chubby boots. Jose and Lisette. Thank you.
They're boots, but they have like they separate the I don't know how can I say los dedos de los pies, teacher.
Toes.
Toes?
These are
Okay.
your fingers and the other ones are your toes.
Okay. Yes, this kind of boot separates your toes.
Oh my God. Like if they were gloves on your toes?
Yes, into parts.
They're weird.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Lisette and Jose, for the new vocabulary. That would be like unconventional, yeah? Okay, let's continue. Let's finish. Underwear, tone and G-string. Interesting. I don't know tone. You want to explain? Gerson and Jessit?
The teacher tone. A narrow piece. Use it of especially to fasten something or as part of a whip.
Okay, got it. Okay, thank you. And here we have Chiquis panties.
Yes.
The same as Tone and Natalia and Jeanette, maybe. I think that, yeah, they're very small. I think I get the word chick in this context. That's also creative and different, so you guys are getting point. And briefs and tights, yes, Andres and Mabel, very good as well. Panties, Sylvia and Elkin. I'm not sure because this one is like very common. I'm not sure. Let me just ask the others to see if they agree with you getting a point. Panties, oh, Jean-Claude, Juliana, and Carlos just deleted the possibility of you getting a point because you have the same. Sorry. Yeah, those are the rules of the game. You have the same word. Okay, and pouch underwear. Yeah, different. So all of you are getting a point, but not panties because you used to repeat it. Awesome. underwear, rib tights, mammalian dress, yeah. Not panties and not panties. Okay, and the last one, jewelry, bangle, yes. Earrings, not like very different, but okay. Choker necklace, okay. Instead of saying necklace, you say choker, which is like the extra detail that will give you the point, of course, because maybe another group repeats necklace. Bracelet and ring. These are not very different, you know, like different from the ones we know, but okay. Bindi, this is something I don't know. What's that, Jeanette and Natalia?
Teacher, is the one that Hindus wear on their foreheads?
Here, this one from the Hindu culture?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, very good. And it changes depending on the marital status. If they are married, if they are single, if they are taken. Okay, and blanch on the neck. Now you were trying to be creative. Okay, good, awesome. You were getting these points. Very good. All of you. I will give you extra points at the end of the cycle with this game. Choker necklace, yeah. Okay, I will give you one, Jean-Claude, Julian, and Carlos. Earring is not like, guys, I don't know. I mean, maybe you did not understand the activity, yeah? Like trying to look for words that your classmates might not know. Yeah, but no one repeated earring, so okay. Mango. Yes, perfect, guys. Thank you so much for working. Now, let's continue with, well, we have to do a listening activity, but I will lead it so we don't spend much time and we can finish the whole thing today. That way you can study this grammar with your teacher Laura at the beginning of the meeting. Okay, that's like the plan we already set up today. So here we are. I have some other words here for us related to clothes. Yes. Some of these were mentioned in the activity, but I also have some words that will help us understand the listening a little bit better. Stream fashion. Okay, Andres, start with a cloak. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, teacher, cloak. A loose outer piece of clothing without sleeves that fastens at the neck is worn instead of a coat.
Yes, as I already told you, and you already have it there in the book, una capa. Yes, good. Carlos, please. Shoulder pads.
Fats. A small piece of a soft material that is put to the shoulder of a piece of clothing, raise it or improve its shape.
Yes. Some people do not like them because they think that they make you look very elegant, right? You usually put them here. Yes. And they, well, I don't know. It is, I mean, it's beautiful in some outfits. Do you know what shoulder pads are? Do you wear them? Or do you usually wear clothes with them? Hombreras. Not really?
No, teacher.
Okay, very good. Let's continue with jumpsuit. Jumpsuit. Jumpsuit.
Jumpsuit. A piece, sí, a piece of clothing that covers both the upper body and the legs.
As I told you before, un enterizo, un mono. I mean, like, I have never used the word mono, but I have heard it. Yeah. So it is like that. It's just one piece clothing. Un enterizo. Okay. Let's continue with Andres. I already asked you at the beginning, right? Sorry. Yes, excuse me. Elkin. Elkin, contemporary.
Yes, teacher. Contemporary. Living or occurring at the same period of time of the present time, modern, current.
Very good, thank you. Okay, that word is very similar to the one we have in Spanish, right? Jeanette.
Yes, teacher. Upright of a person, sitting or standing with the back straight.
Thank you, Jeanette. Sitting. Sitting or standing with the back straight, like this. This is the posture you have when you are upright. Imagine you sleeping upright because of a surgery or something, or maybe because you have the perfect hair style and you don't want to, I don't know, destroy it. Yeah? We will find this word in the lesson. Okay. Julian.
Conventional, conforming or adhering to accept standards as of conduct or taste. Conventional is an adjective for things that are normal, ordinary, and following the accepted way.
Thank you so much, Julian. Remember, guys, that when we say ordinary in this context, it means that it is like part of the normal things we are used to see or do. Because in Spanish, we have that word, but with two different meanings or contexts, right? In Spanish, you say ordinario, algo que se sale al común, pero muy feo, llamativo, extravagante, charro, ¿sí? Y también tenemos ordinario en español, obviamente, para decir que es parte de lo común, de lo que estamos acostumbrados, ¿sí? Que no se sale de la línea, ¿ok? Entonces, en este caso, ordinario would be the second one, yeah? Normal, conventional, yes? Not like the other one that would be garbage from B, no. Okay, now let's continue with just it.
Okay, teacher. Unaware?
Yes,
Yes,
unaware. Unaware.
unaware. Having no knowledge? No, can, knowledge? No, knowledge
Knowledge, knowledge. Yeah, like when you know something, yeah, knowledge.
of a situation or fact.
Very good. Just it. If you are aware of something, it's because you know. It's like when you like you have been warned. Yeah. Like for example, I remember that I was unaware of having a very terrible sound quality, and Julian told me, teacher, it's extremely hard to understand when you project, for example. So I was unaware. Now that I am aware of that situation, I try to, like fix it or ask you to double check if it works. Yeah? Okay, now we can. Natalia.
Teacher, we can make or become weaker in power, resource, or physical strength.
Yeah, like when we say in Spanish, debilitar. Debilitar. And unaware, inconsciente. No inconsciente like you are like almost dead, no. Inconsciente, que no sabe algo. Yo no era consciente de lo que estaba sucediendo, for example. Yeah. Okay, and the last one for Mabel, low hanging pants.
Low-hanging pants. Trousers that sag so that the top of the trouser or jeans is significantly below the waist, sometimes revealing much of the wearer's underpants.
Very good, Mabel. Thank you. Revealing. sometimes revealing. Those are the ones that you were trying to describe when we were talking about the picture. Let me go back. These pants, these trousers. How do we call them? Descairados, right? Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Maybe you guys are, yes, maybe you guys are not familiar with those because you are so young and you have not lived that fashion trend. But when I was a teenager, as I told you, that was the most common thing. And I prefer the ones now. Okay, good. Now that we have this, it's time for us to work on the listening. The listening is quite long. So we are going to do it this way. Let me show you. Let's skip this one. Yeah, and let's work on this one. Okay, we're going to listen to the history of fashion. They will tell us information about how fashion was in the past, how it could be maybe similar, yeah, in these contemporary trends that we have, yeah. So we will listen to some details about it. Let's discuss these questions first, yeah, and we are going to try to look for this information. Okay, let me listen to Gerson. Can you read the first question, please?
Yes, teacher. It is definitely not a myth that A, many 18th century with had myths living in them. B, people slept upright because of their wigs. And C, someone had a model to dwell into their wig.
Thank you, Gerson. Okay, so we will listen to it and you will need to tell me, okay, which is the correct one. It is definitely not a myth that one of these happened in the past. Do you understand the word wigs, boys and girls? Wigs? Yeah? That, peluca, I'm not sure if they are hair, like fake hair. I'm not sure. There are some ones that are like with real hair that are very expensive. So imagine people sleeping upright because of their wigs, like they wanted to be perfect. Oh my God, no, terrible. Well, we don't know if that's true. Maybe a myth. Okay, and imagine a wig with a chip on it, like the shape of a chip. Very funny. Okay, this word we already discussed it. Any new vocabulary? I don't think so. Mice. Mice are, what are mice?
Plural of mouse.
Mouse, yeah. Like, well, the plural word. Yes, you're right. Ratones, they're terrible. Ratas and ratones. Okay, let's continue. Question number 2. Let's listen to Jean-Claude, please.
When 18th
Yes.
century, Americans and Europeans traveled to Japan. A. Japanese people found their wigs very strange. B. They seemed unaware that their wigs might seem strange to Japanese people. C. Japanese and Western people didn't like each other's hairstyles very much.
Thank you so much, Jean-Claude. For me, all of these three make sense. Yeah, because if Japanese, well, I'm not sure about history. I'm not sure about Japanese style and European style. If they met, yeah, and they found each other very weird, maybe they wouldn't like them. Yeah. So for me, all of them make sense. And Japanese people found their wigs very strange, for sure. Maybe they didn't use them. And the other one, they seemed unaware that the rigs might seem strange. Yeah, because if that's the only thing you have seen your whole life, you are not aware of looking in a strange way. For me, all of these are very accurate. Okay, let's listen to Andres. Corsets.
Okay, teacher, corsets were not worn outside Europe and America. A. B. Are typical of a certain type of fashion which we cannot women physically. C. Force a woman to only take very short steps when they walk.
Yeah, because maybe they were very uncomfortable. Yeah, and if you are like tight, so maybe you couldn't even breathe very well. Oof, I find them very uncomfortable. I know they look like sexy and cute and blah blah blah, but they are very uncomfortable. New vocabulary here? I don't think so. Yes, this one. Which weakened women physically, so made them weaker. Okay, very good. Julian, 4.
According to the speaker, following the hippies, yes. Following the hippie movement in the 1960s, people, letter A, people wore more functional, less decorative clothes. Letter B, the link between clothes and social status was strengthened, as how you can pronounce it?
Strengthen.
Strengthened, okay.
Very good. Strengthen.
People increasingly saw their clothes as an expression of their personality.
How much do you guys know about the hippie movement? Not much? Thank
Not
you,
much.
Julian, for reading. Well, I know that they really wanted to be comfortable with the clothes they wear, but they were also very bright and colorful. So we will need to listen to what they say. Lisette, 5, please.
In the speaker's opinion, A. Only classic styles get recycled. B. It's hard to explain why certain fashions reappear. And C. Low-hanging pants will look cool in 20 years' time.
Okay, I think I like this. No, I like this topic because it's very related to what we wear and what we think about fashion trends. Yeah, because I remember my mom has told me that most of the clothes we wear now were also common when she was young. So that's why we say that the fashion trends reappear, the tendencies reappear. Okay, my dear friends, so you guys know what we are going to discuss. Okay, I will help you with this one. This is something we are going to do together, but I will also like you to please think about this. Yeah, like in the general way that we will listen to the information. People in the 18th century dressed in a lavish way to show off their economic status. Lavish is like extravagant, flamboyant, because if you wear more things, yeah, it meant that you had like a higher status and also more money. Is this true today? Give some examples. This is something that you will do later, yeah? Do you agree that some fashion deliberately makes women physically weak? If so, in which way? Why? How? Tony says that people today use clothes to reflect their personality rather than their social position. Think of some examples. Tony gives 4 examples of modern fashion he hates. What other fashions would you add to the ones that he mentions? How much do you think fashion influences the way you dress? Do you consciously follow fashion? Are you the kind of person who tries to get every single thing people outside are wearing just because of a tendency? Like these days wearing pink, wearing Barbie t-shirts? I'm not criticizing, I'm just trying to use real life examples for our learning. Yeah? Do not take it personal. Okay. So let's listen to this history of fashion, and please help me analyze this. You guys, I'm not sure. No, because I'm going to show you the recording audio script so long, so we are all there. Let me just play it. Unit 7. Okay, no video, so it has better quality. And remember, if you guys cannot listen well, just tell me and another person may play it. Recording 7 here. Let's go. Okay. 7. Recording 3.
What were the weirdest fashions in history?
Some of the greatest excesses. Sorry for the interruption. Is it okay? Is it with a good quality?
Yes,
teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Thank you, thank you. This is in the history of fashion, and I think most people would agree, took place in the European courts of the 18th century. First of all, there were the women's dresses. The panniers at the side of these dresses, which were kind of wire cages built underneath the skirt, meant that one of these court ladies would take up the space of maybe 3 men and would have had to walk sideways through most doors. The aristocrats who lived in these courts, who were, of course, only a tiny elite in society, they saw their clothes as a way of displaying their wealth. They dressed in a lavish way to show off their economic status, and, of course, their clothes showed that they didn't have to work or do anything practical. And then there were the vast powdered wigs worn by both men and women, though I do think some of the stories told about them are, in fact, exaggerated. I don't know, for example, if many people really had mice living in their wigs or if people really slept in a seated position because of their wigs. But the story of a wig with a model ship built into it is certainly a true one. That really did happen. What is rather strange is that when Americans and Europeans of this period traveled to Japan, they found the fashion among wealthy Japanese men for wearing their ponytails stuck to the top of their head, samurai style, very strange. They wrote about it in their diaries. It didn't seem to occur to them that their own preference for enormously tall wigs must have looked pretty weird too. Okay. Let's go to the next one.
Right. And which was the most uncomfortable or harmful fashion in history?
There are a lot of contenders for this title, mostly affecting women, of course, since one recurrent feature of fashion throughout history is the way it has made women physically weaker, even disabled in extreme cases, we could say, in order perhaps to make men feel stronger and more powerful. In America and Europe, I think we would have to point to the corset worn by women for so many centuries. These frequently restricted breathing, broke ribs, and even caused miscarriages. They really could be very dangerous garments. Sorry, just for this one. Miscarriages when the baby is not born. Okay, guys, let me tell you something. You guys may find lots of new words in the audio, right? But remember, we also need to just try to understand the general theme so you guys don't get very stressed. And in the case of miscarriages, I think it totally changes the whole sense if you don't understand the words. So that's why I am just giving you that one and not the other ones, right? What is a miscarriage? Miscarriage. What's that?
Aborto.
Yeah. Yes, of course, not planned one, yeah? The baby is not born finally. Okay. There was also the rather strange fashion of about 100 years ago of wearing bubble skirts. These skirts mimicked the styles worn by Japanese geishas, and they were so tight around the ankles that women could only walk with the tiniest step. They apparently wore belts around their ankles to keep their steps short enough. And of course, there are similar examples in many cultures. The neck rings worn by Padun tribeswomen from childhood intended to lengthen their necks.
which can also deform their shoulders, and of course the tradition of binding the feet of female children to keep them small and dainty, which survived in China until the beginning of the 20th century. And I guess many of the super high-heeled shoes that we see on catwalks today fall into this category. The history of fashion is full of incredibly uncomfortable, impractical garments, in actual fact.
Catwalks, those fashion walks, la pasarela. That one, those are the catwalks. Okay, let's continue. Incredibly uncomfortable.
What was the biggest moment of change in fashion history? I think I would point to two moments in modern history, really. Perhaps the most important one, for women in many countries at least, was at the end of the First World War. During the war, many women had been working in factories or driving carts and so forth, and they needed to wear more functional, less decorative clothes to reflect their new lifestyle. So the corsets were thrown away. Skirt lengths went up from the ankles to just below the knee, and long hair, which could get caught in factory machinery and so on, was cut short. Women's fashion essentially transformed from what it had been for centuries to what it is today. The other key moment, I think, was the 60s and the hippie movement. Up until that time, people had seen clothes as a reflection of their place in society.
Yeah.
So a laborer would wear a different type of hat from a man who worked in an office, for example. But from the hippie era onwards, people began to see clothes much more as a way of expressing who they were, a way of expressing their individuality by growing their hair, wearing bright colors, or whatever they felt like. And that is something that has remained with us to a greater or lesser extent, I think.
Yes.
In your opinion, what are the worst fashions of recent times? Oh, I'm spoiled for choice here. I can think of so many. In recent years, I would probably pick out hanging pants. You know, that charming fashion for young men, or mostly young men, to wear their jeans so low that you can see their undergarments. I mean, how's that going to look in 20 years' time, really? Another trend I hate is wearing big glasses frames without any lenses in them. Very pretentious in my view. What else? Leggings for men. That is not a good look.
Leggings.
Oh, and another thing I have seen on the catwalks recently, which I really don't like, is the fashion for wearing mega high heels with ankle socks. Again, I don't think we'll look back on it in 10 years' time and think, wow, that was cool. But really, there are so many examples that I could go on and on. How long does it take?
When this guy says, I'm spoiled for choice here, it means that he is unable to select one of the choices because there are so many possibilities. Yeah, that's the expression. I'm spoiled for choice here. So you can also use it. Okay, let's finish it.
Take on average for a fashion to be recycled? And why do some fashions keep coming back? It's generally reckoned that fashions make a comeback roughly every 20 years, that they're usually at their most outdated about 12 to 15 years after they were originally in. As to why, I don't know if I can answer that question. I would like to say that it's usually the most elegant and classical styles that get recycled, like those of the 50s and early 60s. And we definitely do see those styles coming back again and again. But some of the ugliest fashions also make a comeback.
Yeah.
Platform shoes, for example, would seem to come back into fashion time and again, or jumpsuits or shoulder pads. I think the truth is, if you wait long enough, every fashion will come around again. So maybe we'll be seeing those low-hanging pants again one day.
Okay, very good, guys.
Unit 7.
Sorry, let's go back. Let's go back to our questions. I think with that general information, you guys can just help me decide. We can discuss one by one, trying to give us like the general message of this guy. And if you, I don't know, need help, well, let me just go back. If you need help, I will give you the link of the slide that has the recording. But I don't think so, because the first part is just to answer it in a very general way, yeah? So, let's go. In the first part here, the question states that it is a myth. Remember that myths are just things we can't prove, yeah? So, what do you think? A, B, or C? Many 18th century wigs had mice living in them. People slept upright because of the wigs, or someone had a model chip built into their wig. What do you think? What do you remember about what he said?
C, teacher.
Letter C, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, very good. That's letter C. Any detail about what he mentioned? About that? Or about the wigs? General ideas? Not really? Let's select letter C. Do you think that it was part of, I don't know, like having money, like wealthy people who could act or could have their wigs built with different shapes and models? What do you think? Maybe not. Because imagine having a chip on your wig. That would be very unconventional. Okay, you guys want to go to sleep. Don't worry, we're about to finish. Now, second one. When 18th century Americans and Europeans traveled to Japan, what happened? What's your idea about it? Japanese people found their wigs very strange. They seemed unaware that their wigs might seem strange to Japanese people, so they didn't realize that they would look very, I don't know, maybe funny or weird. Or Japanese and Western people didn't like each other's hairstyles very much, maybe because they were very different. So what do you think the guy mentioned in the audio?
Teacher, I think it's letter B.
Letter B, yes. Apart from talking about those travel styles are different, yes. He also said that they were not aware of that, yeah, or how funny they may look for the others. Very good. Now, what about courses? Maybe let's try, before we check out the question, let's try to remember information you guys heard in the audio. What can you tell me about what Tony mentioned about corsets?
Teacher, I think it's letter B.
Okay, Silvia, they are typical of a certain type of fashion which weaken women physically. Yes. Can you tell me, I mean, all of you, how it could weaken women physically?
Teacher, for women, it was difficult to breathe and it broke their ribs.
Yeah, my goodness. I have heard that in ancient times, it was like a disaster for their body. Yeah, as Lisette mentioned. Yeah, it can result in broken ribs. Yeah, so imagine you having those results just because of a fashion trend. Terrible. So yes, this is the answer. I think the ones that we may find now in our shops, or maybe the girl style that they have now, are not so strict to have those kind of cords, yeah. But just like the shape, like we try to copy it, but we do like we have not used them, the way they did. Because the purpose was to have their wrist very, very small. So they have like this shape, yeah? And it's terrible. I think it's so uncomfortable. Okay, let's continue with the next one. According to a speaker, following the hippie movement in the 1960s, what happened? People wore more functional, less decorative clothes. The link between clothes and social status was strengthened. people increasingly saw their clothes as an expression of their personality. What did he mention about it? Yes, Natalia?
Letter C, teacher. People increasing of their clothes as an expression of their personality.
Thank you, Natalia. Yes, Tony mentioned that they were coming from a transition in which they used clothes as a representation of their wealthness, yeah, and of course money and position, yeah. So it was like a huge change because hippies were just or focused, yes, more on expressing, yes, something different, yeah, their personality, their aspirations on finding love and happiness, yeah. So definitely C. Very good. And the last one, just in time. In the speaker's opinion, only classic styles get recycled. It's hard to explain why certain fashions reappear again and again and again, like a cycle. Or low-hanging pants will look cool in 20 years' time.
Letter B, teacher.
Which one, Julian?
Letter B.
It's hard to
It's hard
explain
to
why
explain.
certain fashions reappear. You're right. Even though he mentions all of these aspects, yeah, the answer is B. Yes, and he also told us that, well, not in those words, but if I'm paraphrasing what he said, you can take that idea of if you live, for a long time, you will see those fashion trends coming again and again. As I told you, the example of my mom, she told me that the way we are wearing clothes now was also common in the past. Yeah. Okay. Only classic styles get recycled? No. Tony said that not the classic ones, not just the beautiful ones, not just the ugly ones, but all of them. Low-hanging pants will look cool in 20 years' time, according to what Tony said. I think, and I can infer that he didn't like them. Yes, well, in the past, and not like he likes them now. Yeah, but he was kind of making fun of them, right? Okay, my dear friends, this is the end. This is the end of our class today. Questions, comments, tell me. Okay. Have a wonderful night. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, guys.
Thank you,
Thank you,
teacher.
teacher. Bye bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
teacher.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, guys, take care.